And then our great First Lady tested positive. That's, well, at least those rumors that we don't live together turned out to be false. She lives in a house someplace in Virginia. No, she lives with me, and she tested. I said, that's the only good thing about her testing positive, but she's strong and knocked it out. But then they said, you know that? They said, Sir Barron. Now, Barron's my 14-year-old boy who's very tall and strong. He's very strong, right? And Barron, they said, Sir Barron tested positive. I said, that's not good. About 12 minutes later, I said, how's Barron doing? Sir, he shed it. No problem. He's fine. Get back to school, Governor. Tell them they have to get back to school. And you see his father, the big guy, they call him. He's not a big guy. He's not a big guy. Boom, boom. He's not a big guy. Go. Do you remember like a year and a half ago, I said, I'd like to take him to the back of the barn. Boom, boom. A slight slap. You don't have to you didn't close your fist. Now to say, he's inciting violence. No. But when Biden, I thought it was a terrible thing. Remember that? He actually I want to take him to the back of the barn. They didn't say anything. If I said that, they'd say, this is a terrible human being, right? It's all right. You know what? In the meantime, we have the White House, right? We have the White House. We have the presidency. We have fracking. Can you show the crowd? You know? Can you show this crowd? They never talk about our crowd. And in reverse, they never talk about Sleepy Joe's crowd either. It's about 12 people just showed up. 12. Look at this crowd. Maybe you could take those cameras and just show over there and over there. This is hello, Pennsylvania. Hello, Pennsylvania. We love Pennsylvania. Great education. And also, hello, Reading. We know it well. We know it well. 3 days from now, we are going to win the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and we are going to win 4 more great years in the White House. I will tell you, they're getting a little nervous back there, you know, the fake news, because Florida's looking very strong. Sir, you have the China plague. He didn't say that. He said COVID, sir. COVID. You know, it's got about 24 different names. Most of them should start with the word China, because that's where it came from. They have a word corona, right? The coronavirus. Well, I said, what is this, a place in Italy? Sounds like an island in Italy. Corona. No, I don't. It's the China virus. That's what it is. But he said, sir, you just tested positive for COVID. I said, yeah, that's not great. Wait a minute, I got about 4 campaign stops to make in the next couple of days, because we got to win this. This is the most important election in the history of our country. It for a Peace Prize, and it was a massive story. Do you know when I got nominated for peace in the Middle East, right? I said to my wife, you heard this story, I said, darling, I'm going to come home a little early tonight. I'm going to watch the news. We have big news today. I'm going to get the greatest publicity you've ever seen, darling. She said, what happened? I said, well, it's peace in the Middle East. I got a Nobel Peace Prize nomination. This is going to be really something, darling. I turned on the fake news. They talked about a hurricane, and they talked about a couple of fires where they should manage their forests much better, and you wouldn't have to, you know, what you have to do, manage your forests, you won't have any fires, right? And they talked about a couple of other things, and they talked about this and that. And after about 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes, you know, it's a half-an-hour show, free airwaves from the government, even though it's fake news. I don't know, we have to look at that, right? But think of it. Look, the cameras are shaking now. But you know, so 15 minutes go by, no mention. Now, when Obama got his for no reason, he still doesn't know why he got it. He's walking around, why did I get it? No, it was the biggest story. I remember it now. He was nominated. The guy didn't even do it. He just got to the office. So 15 minutes go by, there's nothing. It's a little embarrassing. You know, I have our great First Lady there. I'm trying to show off. I gotta, right? You understand that, Mike? It's a little embarrassing. Now we go into the second 15. She said, darling, I don't think they're going to mention it because they started talking about something like for kids, you know, something kids should do in the spring. I said, I don't think they're going to mention it, darling. And then the next day or the next week, I got another one, but this time we didn't go back home to watch. Too busy.
Well, I hope, based on the Supreme Court, they don't delay it too long, this decision yesterday. I will tell you it was not a good decision. You're allowed to wait days to count and days to have the final count. You're allowed to have time limits beyond November 3rd. So what does this mean? The whole world and our nation is going to be waiting and waiting and waiting to hear who won? Yeah, you're going to be waiting. You're going to be waiting for weeks, and a very dangerous thing happens November 3rd, and now you have to wait and wait. And very bad things can happen with ballots during that period of November 3rd to whatever date they gave them, many, many days. So you're going to be watching on November 3rd. I think it's highly likely you're not going to have a decision because Pennsylvania is very big, and as you know, there was another state, but perhaps other states involved. This is a terrible thing that they've done to our country. And that's the United States Supreme Court I'm talking about. That is a terrible, political, horrible decision that they made. We're going to be waiting. November 3rd is going to come and go, and we're not going to know. And you're going to have bedlam in our country, and you're going to have this period of 9 days or 7 days or whatever it is, and many bad things. Ballots are going to be, we just found 10,000 ballots. Oh, that's good. We just found another 10,000. This is a horrible thing that the United States Supreme Court has done to our country. And I say it, and I say it loud, and I say it proud. We have to know who won. We have to know who won. 2.5 months later, he said, we have to get tough. And he called me xenophobic because I closed. 2.5 months later, then he runs, and he said, he should have closed the country earlier. The doctor came in, and great doctors, great White House doctors, Sean, and they came in, they said, sir, you've tested positive. I said, tested positive for what? And they said, for COVID. For COVID. He actually used the term COVID. He's more politically correct than I am. And he said, that's not good. But I didn't feel good, and we went over to Walter. And Jared called up some of his genius friends. His brother's one of the most important people in Silicon Valley, smart family. They called up, and they had these super brilliant young men come in. I mean, some of them were wearing undershirts. They were wearing a baseball cap. How much are you worth? About $1 billion, sir. Sure, they had founded companies, sold their companies, but they were brilliant. One of them had roller skates on. And they wanted to throw him out of the White House. They said, sir, there's a kid here, undershirt and roller skates. They said, yeah, he's worth $2.5 billion. That's the story. They have a story about taxes. I don't pay taxes. And I just call my people, what do you pay? Oh, no, you pay many, many millions of taxes, sir. But you prepay your taxes. Oh, well, why aren't they mentioning? I prepaid millions and millions of dollars of tax. I prepaid. That's worse than paying taxes. I'm prepaying. I say, why do we prepay so much? Because these are estimates. When you're negotiating taxes, these are estimates. You're prepaying estimates. How much? Many millions of dollars, millions and millions. But they don't do that. We call them, we tell them, and they say, well, that's prepaid. Well, prepaid is worse than, right? I mean, how good is that? We're prepaying. But they don't put that in the story. These are very corrupt, very dishonest people.